Hi, everyone. It's me, Coach Karen here, the founder of With Enthusiasm Coaching, an executive and personal coaching business. I want to dive into your DMs or feed today to just share a tiny little story that completely changed my love life that I think might translate into yours and may be opportune given the time of year that this is and the big Hallmark holiday that is surrounding us. A few years ago, I was going through one of my breakups that followed my romance, another 3-month stint that I had enjoyed with a gentleman suitor that went absolutely nowhere. And I was licking my wounds and worried once again for the 7th time, I think, probably in my life. Will I ever meet someone? Is this ever going to work out for me? I was already 39, I think, years old, and 40 years old or something like that. And so I really was thinking that I'm going to stay on this merry-go-round, this love purgatory forever. How can we make relationships work? How can we overcome this conditionality that so many of us bring, to overcome it and to find a real match with someone, a real meshing of the souls? Anyway, I ended up at this big fancy dinner in Miami, and I was seated at a very long table in front of this elderly couple, both in their 80s. And they were extraordinarily fun and very lovey-dovey with each other. They were holding hands. He was pushing her hair back. She was touching his shoulder. They were constantly bantering and fun and loving. And it was just the best couple to be in front of at a dinner party. At the end of dinner, because we'd all enjoyed some wonderful wine, but they had not, they offered me a ride home in the most magnificent Bentley I have ever seen, which is besides the point, but I wanted to throw it in there just so you see this is a glamorous, elderly, madly in love, sexy couple. So they're driving me down Collins all the way back to my old apartment in Miami. I'd taken a sabbatical that year, which may have had something to do with the dating. And we're in the car. And when we stopped at a light, I said, I just want you two to know that I really hope that when I'm your age, I'm this madly in love. After all these years, truly astounding to see a couple like this. And then the groom turns to me and says, but we have just gotten married. And I said, oh, really? You're newlyweds. You haven't been together for decades, as I assumed? I said, yeah. You see, just when you think it's all over, it can all start again, he said. I will never forget those words. Just when you think it's all over, it can all begin again. Every time you decide to bring a fresh lens to love, a fresh self to love, you can recreate the love in the image that you truly want and deserve. It's my hope that this talk, this tiny little video, inspires you to get back out there if you've been rather forlorn in love, and to get ready for the next biggest adventure of your life. It wasn't 3 months before I met Ryan, who is the love of my life and whom I have since married. And I truly believe that that had all to do with the radical shifting of perspective, that things were not always ending and always frustrating, but that they could be glorious and could always begin again. It's my hope that this message has inspired you today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and live with enthusiasm.